Today we're gonna do a 4-layer compression wrap. So the first thing you wanna do is have the patient to your height that is easiest for you to wrap them, okay? And then you're gonna ask them to point their toes to their nose, like that. So that way when you're wrapping them, they don't get constricted with their leg pointing down. So we're gonna have her point her toes to her nose. We're gonna start with the first wrap. This is the cotton layer. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna protect the skin and give it a little bit of a padding. When you apply this, you're gonna start underneath her toes, like that. And we're gonna come around her foot, and then around the ankle. And right now we're not doing any compression, we're just laying it on. And then you're gonna come back down at an angle to catch her heel. And then we're gonna come back up. So from here, you're gonna see a little bit of a puckering back here, but that's okay, it'll smooth out. Okay. We're gonna work our way up her leg. With this, we're gonna do a 20% layover. So I'm gonna wrap it.
And what do you mean by 20% layover?
So the last layer that I laid down, the next layer on top is only gonna cover about 20%. So about that much. We're just gonna work our way up her leg. Instead of having the patient hold up their own leg, it might be helpful if you ask them to bend their knee, so that way they can relax more. And we're just gonna work it all the way up to 2 fingers below her knee. And then this just tears off and lays right down. The next layer, you can straighten your leg for me, is gonna be the conforming layer. Point your toes. This is gonna help even out the leg. Sometimes we have patients who have bigger calves, skinnier ankles, so that the wrap doesn't fall down. This helps even it out. So again, we're gonna start at the same way we started the cotton. We're gonna come again around the ankle, back down to catch the heel. And again, we're gonna roll our way up, no compression, we're just laying it on and doing, again, a 20% layover. And bend your knee. Can you grab me scissors? Okay, straighten again. So this layer is gonna be your compression layer. This is really where they're gonna get their compression for the whole week. So again, we're gonna have her point her toes, line it up with the other 2 layers we wrapped. And right now, I'm just giving a slight tug. I'm not giving too much because usually the foot, you don't need that much compression. You're gonna come down the ankle, come back down again to catch the heel. And this is where you're gonna start your figure 8 compression. So from here, I'm gonna come up and under, and right here I'm gonna pull at 100%, and I'm gonna release at 50 and bring it back down.
Okay. How do you know where to put the edge?
I'm gonna show you. This edge right here is gonna line up with this line right here. So we're gonna come across again, so now I'm making a crisscross effect. Come under again, pull at 100, release at 50, come back down. If you use this line right here to guide you, you can lay it crisscross. I'm gonna come under again, pull at 100, release at 50, bring it back up. 100, pull at 50, bring it back down. And it should be a 50% layover. And if you use the yellow lines, it'll usually guide you correctly. And again, we're gonna go below her knee. Straighten your leg again, and this is the last layer. This is the Coban. What this is gonna do is just hold everything together. What's important is a lot of nurses will accidentally give extra compression through their Coban because it's sticky. So you just wanna be careful with that. So usually I let a little bit loose first, and then I'm gonna line it up again with the other layers. Come around the ankle.
And by pulling it out, you're avoiding the extra compression?
Exactly. Coming around the heel. And this can be a 50% layover. And bend your knee. And then that's it.
Great.
And you want to make sure you're going to ask the patient if it feels comfortable. It shouldn't be too tight. It should just feel like a nice hug on your leg. Does that feel okay? And you want to make sure you educate them on keeping it dry. If they do get it wet, they should inform the clinic to let them know, and they need to take that off as soon as possible. But if they can, try to leave it on for the whole week, okay?
And is this reusable?
No, once this is taken off, this has to be tossed, and a new wrap has to be put on next week.
And do we just cut it off?
Yeah, you're gonna cut it off. Wherever the wound is where you wanna, the opposite side. So if the wound's on the lateral ankle, we'll go ahead and cut from the medial. And it's helpful if you're gonna remove it layer by layer so that you don't get the scissors caught. So you can just cut it one layer at a time. If the patient does need to take it off at home, make sure they are able to cut it off. If they can't, they should come in the clinic so a clinician can do it. Okay?
How's that feel?
Feels pretty good. What happens if it gets wet accidentally?
What happens is it's gonna stay wet. So you're actually gonna really macerate all of your skin underneath it. And that can be very harmful. And it can actually start to have a bad odor if you leave it on. So we just recommend that you take it off so that your leg's not constantly wet for a week. And if you come into the clinic, we can put a new one on.